Hello friends, myself Dr. Himani R. Gupta, welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about a very important topic for pregnant women. And what is that? We are going to see what are the things that we look for when we are doing an anomaly scan in a pregnant patient in second trimester. This anomaly scan is generally done between 18 to 20 weeks of gestation because by that time most of the organs are completely formed and we can look for whether they have formed completely, incompletely, or they are defective, whether they are compatible with life, or if they are not compatible with life, then mother needs to be counseled that this pregnancy cannot go further. There are certain organs which keep on growing till 24 to 26 weeks of age, and then we need to repeat a scan for detailed structure there also. This anomaly scan can be done in two ways. We can go for 2D scan, which is normally done. If the patient is normal risk category, then 2D scan is advisable. But if the patient is of high risk category, what is high risk? Whether she has experienced multiple pregnancy losses in the previous pregnancy, if there is history of congenital anomalies in the family or in her previous offsprings, if she is elderly, more than 35 years of age, or if she is suffering from diabetes mellitus. These are certain conditions in which we advise mother to go for 3D, 4D ultrasound scan for anomaly detection. In this anomaly scan, we see the fetus from head to toe. Each and every organ, each and every part of the body is examined thoroughly and we see the structures in it. So let's examine each and every part one by one. First, when we are looking at fetal skull, we see BPD. What is BPD? That is biparietal diameter. It is a sort of transverse diameter. We also see head circumference, whether it is corresponding to the gestation age or not. Then, when we are scanning the brain, there are certain structures which we need, whether they are formed completely or not. These structures are choroid plexus, ventricles, cerebellum, cisterna magna, and corpus callosum. There are many other things also that we see into this scanning, but these are the main things that we see that should be normal to write it as a normal report. Then we examine spine in its entirety. Spine starting from cervical to thoracic to lumbar to sacral. In each vertebra, we see whether the ossification centers have formed or not. We also see whether we are getting any spina bifida. Bifida means spine is splitting into two in its lower part. Then there are certain terminology just like sacrococcygeal teratoma and hemivertebra. These conditions are also looked into. Next, we look for neural tube defects. What are they? Anencephaly. It means that the cranium of the baby is not formed. Encephalocele. It means that protrusion of meninges through cranial defect. We examine face, symmetry of face. Whether baby is having cleft lip, cleft palate, this also is seen. Then we see cystic hygroma. It is a fluid-filled sac-like structure at the base of the neck. It should be absent. There is a chromosomal anomaly known as Turner's syndrome. which comes with its own set of sonography findings. These findings are looked into, and this syndrome is ruled out to determine that our baby is healthy. Then we come to thorax. In thorax, we see that the lungs are forming normally and there is no congenital diaphragmatic hernia. That means the diaphragm, which is a kind of sheet between thorax and abdomen, it is formed completely and there is no defect in it through which the abdominal contents are coming into thorax. Then we evaluate heart completely. We get to a four-chamber view and we see left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, and its flow. These flows should be normal, in which we rule out that VSD, that means ventricular septal defect, is not there. TOF, that means tetralogy of Fallot, is not there. If there is any doubt in this sonography, the patient is asked to return after 2 to 3 weeks for a detailed fetal 2D echo. Then we see abdomen. In this, all the abdominal organs are examined. We also examine abdominal wall. If there is a defect in the abdominal wall, it is known as gastrochiasis, then patient is counseled accordingly. There is one more condition, omphalocele. In this, the abdominal content are covered only by a thin membrane. This condition also is not conducive with life. When examining intestines, we see whether the baby has any esophageal atresia or duodenal atresia. Then we see kidneys and urinary system. The kidneys, both the kidneys should be there, normal looking, in their normal position, and their renal pelvises should be of normal dimension. If there is a dilatation of the renal pelvis, we may think of differential diagnosis of bilateral uretero-pelvic junction obstruction, which needs to be tackled as soon as the baby is delivered. Then we rule out that there is no kidney agenesis or there are no cysts in the kidney. When examining skeleton, we see all the long bones as well as ribs, as well as even the hands and feet and fingers. The counting of fingers is possible. Opposition of the thumb, that also is seen to determine whether the hands and foot are forming normally. Then we see umbilical cord. Umbilical cord connects baby to the mother placenta. It should have 2 arteries and 1 vein. If any of the structure is missing, that gives us an indication that this baby may not be normal and we need to examine further. Blood flow studies, color Doppler, that also is performed to see that baby is receiving enough and adequate blood. This anomaly scan is very, very important, friends. When your gynecologist doctor gives you a date to do this scanning, you must abide by that date. 1 or 2 days here and there doesn't make a difference, but on time this scanning should be done. We wish that you have a healthy pregnancy and you deliver a healthy baby, but all the precautions should be taken. So friends, keep watching my YouTube channel for mother and baby gynec health related videos. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.